Hi guys! Well, we've talked about the order of sharps and flats, and we talked about the first rule, which was if there's no sharps or flats, you're in the key of C major, and the second rule, which was that if you have one flat, you're in the key of F major. Well, now we're going to talk about what happens when you have more than one flat. So if you have two or more flats. And this is rule number 3. So rule number 3 is when you have more than one flat, the second to the last flat is the key. I'm going to go over that one more time. So when you have more than one flat, the second to the last flat is the key. Now this is a little tricky, so we're going to have to think about this and go over it a couple times. So to do this, you have to think about the order of flats. So remember, the order of flats is B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, C flat, F flat. So BEAD, greatest common factor. So think about your order of flats. When you're looking at flats in your key signature, you're going to find the last flat and then go back one. So here's an example of that. Here in our key signature we have 4 flats. And we know that we're going to have B flat, E flat, A flat, and D, because according to the order of flats, those will be your first 4 flats. Okay, so if we know that these 4 flats have to be B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, that means we're going to find the last flat, which is D flat, and we're going to go back one, and that's the key. So we are in the key of A flat major. So 4 flats equals A flat major. I'm going to explain that one more time. So look at our key signature and we see 4 flats. We know, if we go back up here, we know that this is our order of flats. They have to always go in this order. So if we have 4 flats, they have to be B flat, E flat, A flat, and D flat. So we see our B flat, E flat, A flat, and D flat. Rule says that we find the last flat, reading from left to right, the last one flat. We can go back one, and we find ourselves at A flat, which means that we are in the key of A flat major. 4 flats puts us in the key of A flat major. Now, this is a little tricky, so we're going to do a couple more examples. So, again, we're going to think of the order of flats. B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, C flat, F flat. And here's our next example. So here now we're going to have 2 flats. We know that if we have 2 flats, it has to be the first 2 on our list here. So they have to be B flat and E flat. The last flat is E flat. B flat, E flat. The last one is E flat. We go to the second to last flat. So we go up to E flat and go back one. That's B flat. So we are in the key of B flat major. So you're going to go back 1 flat. One. So let's look at this next one. We have 5 flats now. We know that if we have 5 flats, they have to be the first 5 on our list, right? So B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat. We have to have these 5 flats. So we have our 5 flats, and we know that the last flat is G flat. And if we go back 1 from that G flat, our second to last flat is D flat. So we are in the key of D flat major. And hopefully with that explanation we are a little more clear on how to find the key signature, find your key when using flats. Multiple flats, not just one, but if you have more than one, this is going to help you figure out your key.